Tabletop time.
I'm Jazza.
I'm Dave.
I'm Elle.
I'm Murray.
And I'm Jen. And you're listening to us on YouTube, but you could be listening to us on our podcast. Available where you can get all your good podcasts, such as Apple, or my personal favorite, Spotify. It's pretty groovy. You also get custom thumbnails as well. It's also, again, very, very groovy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you can't check us out on YouTube Live or on YouTube Replay, you can listen to us on podcast.
There's a really fun game you can play where if you have your phone and like your TV or computer and you press play on the podcast and on YouTube at the same time, see if you can sync them up perfectly and then listen to them both.
But what
so
if
we
you
get twice the views.
Is that really satisfying to you?
Really good.
He does it all the time. Every episode.
Really? That's hilarious.
No. That would be
Better when
pretty
there's
funny.
like just that slight delay and it just the whole time it's talking, it just continues to like overlap itself.
You can have everyone checking their mics now or their speakers.
Cool. And if you'd like to support us and you enjoy these streams, you can check us out on Patreon, which will, we always appreciate it. We will read out your names when they appear. And also, it gives you access to our after parties in which you can join in.
Do it.
See more shenanigans.
Yeah, that was I'm pitched in.
That was your input.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was encouraging.
Yeah, thanks patrons.
Yay.
Keep us going.
All right, so
Last episode.
recap.
Yeah.
I can pitch into this one because
Notes.
been taking notes.
That actually looks so good on screen.
Does it?
Yeah,
Especially
show that up.
especially the way it
Not the
chromas
fuzzy
into
bit,
the background.
but all like it looks like medieval
Does it
writing.
have to hold it into? To like, I have to hold it on an angle.
It's slightly going
It's
into the
cool.
nether.
It's a cool book,
Sorry,
guys.
podcast listeners.
It's like a very old-timey paper,
Yeah.
thick brown paper book. Yeah. Thick.
So last week was the continuation of the festival, the King's Festival, where we all had a lovely time. Duke Emilio has opened up for applications of intentions to apply basically for like royal grants. Is that the idea? It's like grants.
Like a university student looking for a sponsorship.
It's a lot like a science fair.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's basically going, you're a trade expo,
Yeah.
but it's never been offered before.
Gotcha. So the All Trades Assembly will, of course, be applying. What it will be with, we don't know yet, and we'll probably start to figure out in this episode. But otherwise, a few other shenanigans happened. I don't want to take the whole thing, but I'm willing to.
I feel like you should go.
Yeah, go on.
The second half of this, 'cause it's more relevant to you.
I mean, I saw.
Oh yeah,
God,
jump on the gun, jump on the gun. All right, we'll do. First we got trashed. First we got trashed. I got Oven drunk.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That happens.
You suffer that a lot more than me.
It's true. Met a childhood friend who belittled me. That was fun.
To your cousin.
Your cousin?
I met
Yeah,
Lorenzo.
well,
should've taken him bowling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's mainly it.
Can I jump the gun now?
Yeah, now you can go.
Okay, and then
So we're heading back drunk.
Bianca was walking the drunk guys back. She saw a guard in an alleyway disposing of blood, and there were body-shaped things.
Possibly bodies.
Possibly bodies, possibly a soldier.
An outside chance.
Yeah.
They're possibly inclusive of a small person.
Yes, exactly.
Let's not lead the witness. There was 2.5 lumps, and it was quite unclear if it was 2 adults and yeah, but it was. I was quite clear to say it was unclear if it was 2 adults and like a bag or a sack, perhaps could be robbed, stolen items or something, or if it was a smaller person, which also doesn't necessarily have to be a child. It could have been like a 4 foot tall nonna.
So
these
was it a
super
bag?
shrimply like old ladies that are just like,
Was it a bag with shoes that were stolen, or were they feet poking out of the?
Haunting her dreams now.
Or, if it was your bae and you were like, oh, that's not hot.
I'm gonna ignore that.
or some exact same one.
And then you
But it
came
was a
across.
lady.
We got back and you came across something else.
Oh, a
creepy.
scene, like a crazy scene at the Old Trades Assembly with wine strewn everywhere and clothing on the floor and a big mess of the table. And I went to investigate. And it was love-making time for Dolorosa and Emily. So, false alarm, everything's all good
In that department, anyway.
in that department. And I think that's
And maybe
where we left
confirmed
off.
for you in that department.
Yeah,
Because
maybe
that's
she
a dynamic
didn't know.
you didn't know. Like,
Oh, she
overtly.
saw Emily like calm. Like I think
But they could have been like work
Specifically
colleagues.
take her away and be like,
That's not uncommon. Like women do that, especially in this kind of society. Like,
Yeah, we do.
I think it would have been a slightly.
Fair.
It would have been like a.
You don't listen to
Oh.
Hugh, girlfriend.
oh,
Oh, that's how it is.
yeah. That makes sense. That kind of thing. Yeah, and then I think we got to the next day.
Yeah.
We
You
slept up.
guys
Lorenzo had a bit of a chat with
convo?
Arvin.
Yep. And then it was time
it?
to start the day. Yes.
It's in my way. Now I can see Murray. And basically, yeah, Lorenzo asked Murray. Sorry, not Murray. Lorenzo asked Arvin just a little bit more about the dream he's pursuing of curing, healing, and all that stuff. But
Ticket was there.
that's right. And when I left the room, Ticket did something.
Ticket did nothing out of the ordinary. And he certainly
He
did
does
not
that
draw
often?
some sort of weird alchemical
Demonic.
rune / circle
It's going
on the
full
table.
Metal Alchemist on you.
A little bit. He's a fan, you see.
He's super weed.
He's sitting there going. Just like touching
Yeah.
circles all the
Look,
time.
he dresses up as Alphonse every year for PAX. It's very cute.
You bring him along. Cute.
All right, now I need an art of that, please. Thank you.
Are you still upstairs, Alvin?
When am I not?
Yeah, we assume so.
But that's it.
Yeah.
That was last week.
Well,
In the last episode.
Yes.
And
In
we can
this
pick up
episode.
directly after. I mean, Lorenzo's left Arvin's laboratory. Arvin's seen what's happened in front of him. What would you all like to do? It is the following day. The town is being cleaned up from the festival.
Headed downstairs for breakfast.
Bianca will see Lorenzo come down
Good morning.
and say, so this king's presentation, are you guys thinking of doing anything?
Of course we are. It's the opportunity of a lifetime.
That's what I was thinking. I'm not sure everyone else is on board, but...
Why would you say that?
Well, I think the best opportunity is this flight machine, but it seems like it's not going to happen very quickly. So I'm not sure what else you have to show.
Bianca, forgive
What?
me if I'm mistaken, but you seem a little invested in our operations.
Well, you know, if you want to stay running, you need to be creating
Oh, of course
things,
we do,
right?
but you're advising. I appreciate it. Please don't take this as a correction by any means. I am most grateful that you're seemingly thinking of our best interest. I appreciate the suggestion.
I am always thinking of the guild's best interests, believe it or not.
Her report would look better if the task was slightly more successful.
He does have a
coming down the
point.
stairs.
It would help the guild's reputation.
That's true. You
a
could help all
lot.
of our reputations.
If the king himself is impressed, there would be no reason to have a second look here.
Well, we are the underdog of the guilds,
Could
and
say that.
forgive if this comes across as a judgment, but you seem to be surrounded by colleagues that enjoy putting themselves above you.
Well, I mean, we're cavaliers. We're kind of all above, right?
Not like that weird guy.
Cosimo?
Yes,
Oh, he's just confidence oozing out his ears, really.
he's pretty gross.
You think he's gross?
Well, just the confidence.
Right. No, Cosimo's, I don't know, he's kind of the persona of the Cavaliers almost. He embodies exactly what they want. Success and
Do you not?
charisma. Well, you've seen me talk to people, right?
Let's get us some breakfast.
Let's.
I would like to draw all of your attention, our YouTube viewers.
What? What is that?
Look at you!
He's got.
For our podcast viewers, can we get a little explanation of what's going on?
This-
Murray, do you want to?
No,
Yeah.
I think I want Jazza to describe what's happening here.
He's so cute.
He's
So-
like
Now,
a
did you
clay-
feedback on this one? I was told that this was based off your original concept art and a little bit of artistic license.
I gave a response. There was a lot of capitals sent back to Alicia.
Okay, so you saw this developing and you were...
A lot of
No, I saw that sent to me like yesterday.
Okay, cool. We can see before us Ticket. I would describe this, oh my God, as sort of like a stony coloured round spherical body with a little head, squarish in nature, arching back without a neck. Like he's doing a big shrug, but is like a Christmas bauble. Out from the sides of his body are the upper parts of his arms, which seem to be made of more sort of machiney, connecty parts.
Made of wood too.
Are they? Oh, very cool. Like cogs and connect.
No, wood.
Yeah?
I see no cogs.
Okay. Cool.
Which is just an interesting note.
porcelain and wood.
Maybe it's a little bit more puppet master than like automaton.
Okay, cool. So his upper extremities, legs and arms, they're sort of a bit shorter and made of wood, but connected to more bulbous and round and equally adorable forearms and lower legs. Where he basically looks like a cluster of marshmallows that are probably stone or porcelain strapped together, and he's holding a delicate and probably dangerous potion.
His eyes are also glowing blue.
Yeah.
He's like the medieval Tudor spin-off of Wall-E or something.
Or Baymax.
Baymax, I was thinking, like a
yes.
small compressed Baymax.
Yeah, it's like pocket Baymax.
Pocket
yeah.
Baymax.
I have to admit, this is also like not at all what I thought he looked like. I thought he looked like the little homunculus thingies that we have for minis. This is a lot cuter than that.
It was like a
They're
gross
sort
little-
of the fleshy version.
Yeah.
This is like the cute mechanical
I
version.
vibe this version a bit more.
The
It's very cute.
chat is very enthusiastic about.
Very
The
good.
most enthusiastic they've been about any character, I feel.
I mean, look at him.
Wow.
Finally!
What about Ilio?
And
Thank
that's
you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
It's
our
the
next Game Crush
Grogu of
character.
our.
Oh, yes.
We have baby.
We do have
It's a little
many.
swarm of
Totally felt like LUCEVERA. Yeah.
Contact marketing now.
All right.
Sell.
Put him in everything.
Ticket to
What did you say
capitalism.
when you joined the conversation?
I remarked that us succeeding in any way would probably look good on Bianca's
yes.
report.
Okay.
He made a very shrewd remark.
I see.
Yes.
So we went to go to breakfast. Dave's rolling on how the eggs went.
They did very well.
Spicy.
Actually,
Considering
Jazz
they're
has
all
just,
off.
got a new dice tray for me because I was lacking a good dice tray, and I was giving the thumbs up that it feels good to roll. It's good. Good.
Walnut,
good
if I'm
clackies.
not mistaken.
Walnut
Fancy.
wood.
With a purple lining, with a velvet lining.
Haven't you done well? Bloody walnut velvet.
That's true.
Well, we've
What?
velvet my walnuts. Let's move on.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah. So, what are you planning to do today?
Yes.
Well-
Light machine?
About that. Lorenzo, what are your plans?
With the opportunities presenting themselves.
I was intending to go and pursue this potential line of work for the Beastmaster.
Yes. I had a thought about him, and, well, with all the options in front of us, it seems like the most assured way to pay the next paycheck. An opportunity we don't come by too often. And honestly, perhaps a connection.
A high-level client would definitely assist, I feel, especially in these times. with the
And
recent
ingredients for some of the innovative work you're exploring could be crucial to your exploration.
Try not to get my hopes up too much, but that is indeed true.
You should
Well,
get
we can
your hopes
certainly
up, right?
do a good job. I can't help but really want to see what we can do with Libero and his flying machine.
It could be worth looking at, although the king is not always open to extreme ideas, right?
Oh,
So
I
it'd have
don't.
to be
I don't think it
very
will
sure
be
it would
ready for
work.
next week.
True, but it would need to have a lot of foolproofing, fail-safing. What's a medieval term for fail-safe?
Quality checking.
Quality checking.
Yes, I think we would be lucky if we had a
Before
prototype at
present
best.
it.
I
It would
think
not be
we-
ready for any
We need
quote,
to bring
mass
everything we
marketing.
have together and look at our cards on the table. Decide as a group.
Sure. Like a
should-
presentation.
Well, a meeting. Should someone suggest it to Dolorosa? That isn't me.
Don't look at me. She
I
hates
can do
me.
that. It seems worth pursuing, or at least considering. So, yes, I will talk to her.
Good.
She might be in a very happy mood.
Why do you say that? She's never in a very happy
It was the
mood.
King's Festival yesterday. Everyone loves it.
Does she love it?
You haven't been here long enough to know.
Yeah, that's true.
This is your first King's Festival.
I can roll deception if you want, because I'm lying through my teeth.
I mean,
Is it
I
lying or is
suppose
it?
there was the announcement. That
true.
might give her some hope for,
Yeah. It was an optimistic day.
So,
I will give you that.
capitalize on that moment and go and ask her now.
very well. Bossy. I wish someone else was in a good mood.
Has he ever been in a good mood? That's my question.
Oh, show him any sort of studies or papers. And
I
yes.
can still hear you. I'm still in the room. All right, and I depart to go and inform Dolorosa of that, get her thoughts, and then
Depends on
eventually
the
make my way
fumes
back.
that are produced when he's working.
See, you always seem to be in a good mood, and I don't understand that.
Why? I'm not on
How
the
can
street.
you just always be
I get to-
happy?
I get to draw,
You're in a guild that might be shut down,
but
and you are still
today
smiling.
I don't know what the future holds. But right in front of me, I have a warm breakfast, and I'm surrounded by friends. That is not something I've always had every day, and that is a cause for rejoicing.
I suppose.
I like pick up a whole egg and like shove it in my mouth.
Charming.
Arvin, you briefly discuss the concept, and Dolorosa seems like basically it seems sensible. Put forward everyone's best ideas, and the winner will be the one that the guild presents, because she believes it is unlikely the guild will have be given enough time to show off multiple things.
Talent show. Let's go.
Cool. I also just inform her that I'm going to go see what the Beastmaster is offering today.
Excellent.
And I'll probably...
Fausto Scavaro will be waiting for you.
What a
I'm going to
name.
write that down.
Fausto Scavado?
I had Feasto. That's
Fausto Scavaro.
Fasto.
Fausto Scavado.
Who's that one again?
The Beastmaster.
I presume it's the Beastmaster, not just, he's
shopkeeper.
Dorman who has an epic name. I don't know.
Could you imagine? That is my servant.
Foster Scavaro. My name is Billy.
Who killed my father. Prepare to die.
All right, and I will probably make my way back to breakfast. Thank you very much.
Say breakfast.
Yes, breakfast.
It's a brat breakfast.
I'm going to break my fast, and it's going to be a brat present.
And you return to the breakfast
Is
table.
Leone right?
Leone kicks open the door.
Whoa!
And she is.
Roll for damage.
Did not get a hit back in her face.
It's open with the ballista.
She is in a tiz. Her hair is a mess. Looks extremely tired, and she walks in and she dumps a bunch of clothes.
Oh, she's super fucking hangover.
Well, so what the heck? This has been an absolute disaster. Everyone yesterday is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out and party. This means I have to work double today. This is terrible. I'm so exhausted."
You,
Wow.
do you have
Also
much drink where you come from?
Oh, I don't have a hangover. It's everyone else's problem. Everyone else is partying and the sheets are dirty and they're not clean. They have not put their laundry out, so I have to go get it. And this person hasn't done this job and I have to do this. There's too many jobs. Everyone is too busy partying because, it's so much fun. And then I have to work hard.
And there's vomit on everything.
Yes, thank you. Gets it.
Well, would you like breakfast before you get stuck into it?
Yes.
And I'll slide a plate over to you.
And I ate,
Enjoy.
which is probably very weird.
Well, for you to eat with them,
yeah,
with them
yeah.
is abnormal.
But I'm
Grab a
early.
plate and you eat. Sure.
I'm early.
Go for it.
Wow.
Yum.
Never seen her like that before.
You've been here a week.
Yes, but I've seen a lot of things, including
That is true.
blue crystal people.
And yet, Leonie eating is what you comment on.
flower statues, and which is one of the many interesting things you find.
Priorities indeed.
Is it a crime to be interested in things?
Was this interest?
I'm a good investigator. I notice things.
You notice that she's eating.
I notice that she clearly is very hungry, and she's
That's
very
why she's
busy and
eating.
overworked. And I deduced that, not because she said it. Anyway.
Absolutely. What would you like to do about overworked people in this city, Mrs.
Oh,
Cavalier?
yes, please tell us.
More people can work, and you spread it out and distribute the work evenly.
See, that's not how it works.
No?
See, the people that have more money, they get other people to do the crappy jobs for them. That's why I'm here.
But they should pay you well, right? Because
No.
they have good money.
No. No.
That doesn't seem right.
No,
I'm
it's
sure that my father's cleaners were paid well.
I
Do you know
love
that name?
I love that. Because I believe that your character believes that. Because
Do
it's
you,
exactly the sort of naive assumption wealthy people have.
They're here, they're happy, they have a job.
They always smile and say, yes, yes, my lord.
They're always
yeah."
so nice.
Yes.
What a strange guild.
Well, yes, I'm sure that is the case. Anyway, Lorenzo, once I finished here, I'm going to go see the Beastmaster. I think the sooner I found out exactly what he's offering, I think the better. We can plan and work out, and I can return to working.
That's a good idea. Should we meet with the guild before?
Do the presentation.
You make it sound like such a big a deal. Like,
It is a big deal. This could be the guild's future.
What, you want everyone to just present with whatever's in their back pocket?
Exactly what I'm thinking. So you need to be here because you're always up there making things. You've got to have something, right?
it's not the worst idea. At least think of it as we are each bringing our ingredient and see what could be combined into something.
Okay. So, we're doing this.
When did
Now.
Mistress Della Rosa express that she would join?
She did not. She said this sounded like a good idea.
Okay, well, let's ask if she will join us in an hour and we gather together what we can. I'll tell Libero and get what I can.
Lorenzo, you haven't seen Libero this morning, but you can head over to his room.
Okay.
And when you do, you arrive at his room. As you knock on your first time your knuckles hit the door creaks open as it's not fully closed properly. And you're immediately met with a... And the door swings open and you see Libero is laying on top of his sheets, but sort of his legs are like wrapped around like 4 times. He's got his sort of white old man nightie on from top to toe. His cheeks and nose are rosy.
Does he have a cap on?
And a
Yes,
nightcap.
he has a nightcap on. There's like 2 bottles of alcohol that one's like tipped over next to his bed, and he just looks out to the world. On the floor, fallen out of his bed, so there's a smaller bed in the room, Elio is a tiny replica of his grandfather as he is laying there, and he's sort of passed out, but surrounded by food that he's sort of taken home in his pockets, taken home with him. There's like all this half-eaten food just on the floor, sticky honey apples, and he's just still covered in filth. He's got like a meat skewer like sitting on his chest as he's just like sleeping on the floor.
Fallen babushka dolls.
Have I been in...
They did not move a millimeter when you knocked on the door. And the door swings open. You can sort of see this.
Libero. Signor Libero.
There's one eye flutters open, just snaps open and looks across at you.
Scusi, would I like to have a guild meeting in an hour? Do you think that's possible?
Yes, very good. I will have guild meeting in an hour and a day.
I see.
Good night, Lorenzo.
I come
It
back.
is late.
I come back to the group and I'm like, try and catch Oven before he knocks on Delarosa's door.
I'm not entirely sure I've moved.
Maybe not in an hour. Maybe we go to the Beastmaster first.
Is that what we are doing today?
That's what we are doing.
It
but
is indeed.
I was thinking with this thing we're going to do, bring it all together. Your weapon, you designed this, yes?
No.
Roll deception.
Don't we all know? Do we not know?
Kind of.
I think we all
most of you
know.
have picked up on it.
Yeah.
Can she have disadvantage?
Oh, baby!
got
3
three.
successes.
Whoa.
Yo.
All right, well, what am I rolling?
Intuition.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Shano LT3, for that donation. Doing an awesome job as always with role-playing your characters.
You beat
Also,
me.
Jazza, holy crap, The Legend of Zelda map is crazily amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for the donation. That's so
It was
nice.
a good time to hit because we were just doing a dice roll. So.
Yeah.
Dice.
Yes?
Dice.
Oh, it's not. We're good. We're good.
Oh.
We're good.
Oh,
Huh?
that's
What?
okay. I thought.
I already done it. You're good.
I was asleep.
I
Vaguely
thought,
panicked.
I thought that was your design. I don't know why.
Nope. Definitely not.
Okay. Well, perhaps I will suggest the thought I had to master Libero when he is awake.
Sort of sitting there, like, doesn't it exist in this world, but like a tennis match. So
Yeah.
You know, it could be kind of fun to put these all on display. I mean, do you guys have ideas that you want to bring forward?
Well, that's what we were going to try to do, but you said Libero's not coming. Is that right?
Oh, I mean, when it
He's
happens. And
out
Oh,
of
yeah.
action for.
that's Libero. What else is new?
to be fair, I think half the city is probably out of action.
Oh, yes. Could you not see by my mountain of washing that I now have to do?
Not the guards. The guards are always on action. Watch out.
You're so
Are you,
serious.
are you
all
warning
the
us of
time.
something? I'm trying to be terrified, or what? What's
No, well, you know the whole flower thing.
The flower.
what flowers thing? No, I don't know what they're talking
the
about.
child, right?
What?
The city's on edge about this whole child thing.
Half the city is
And
drunk.
we have seen things, and if people
Outside
find
the
out
city.
about that, they might think we're sympathetic to this cult.
Okay,
so we have to be careful.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, neither do I. Anyway, so
That's how it should be.
what are we doing today?
I'm going to see a well-dressed man about a quest.
Oh, can I come?
I like well-dressed people.
You do indeed. You are truly observant this morning, aren't you? All right, you know what? Let's all go and meet this person. Perhaps we can make a good impression.
Well,
Yes.
we are the only ones in the guild currently functional, and we represent the guild.
And
so-
you note that the laborers, there's like 4 laborers that usually work. None of them have turned up for work.
I'm surprised
Lazy.
that Arvin and Lorenzo are functional today, honestly. I almost lost you last night.
One of you has a hangover, I believe. One of you failed a
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
I
so
do.
you
I
have
just-
neg 1
I-
to your check.
I
so you
pretended
just
I don't
pretend
have
hangover, but you also feel
I know,
horrible.
well, no worries.
No, we passed. You clearly haven't heard about how stonemasons spend their afternoons. Knock off work, straight to the bar.
Diligent workers, it sounds.
Oh, we earn it. Well, they earn it. All right, let's go.
Or they
Let's.
smash rocks if
Thought I would
rumors from the Townley village.
Sure. Didn't stand a chance.
Once or twice.
Moving on.
It's a me, Libero.
No, he's
Okay.
still asleep.
Oh yeah, I'm Lorenzo.
I thought Murray did it too. I was like, why are you calling
I
him
know.
Libero? I
Oh,
thought
my
he was
God.
Lorenzo.
Okay. All right.
Close.
All right. So we head off to the Beastmaster.
Okay.
This is in the upper.
Now you've been calling him
house.
the Beastmaster all episode,
We
which
have.
that's completely the incorrect title.
What is it?
That is what I've written down. Therefore, that is
Fausto
what you must
His
Scavaro.
name
tell
is
me.
Lord Fausto Scavaro, and
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
works
Fausto.
at l'artigiano della bestia, which means he's
The
the
something
beast
of the beast.
artisan.
The artisan of the beast.
Artisan
Yes.
of the beast.
So it's a little bit different from the beast master.
Beastmaster's pretty cool though.
It's a very different thing, though. You'll see.
Still.
And you head through Allegrano, and you do see the ramifications of the previous night. There's still mess in the streets. There's food. There's still
Most of
Who's
them
going
snoring.
to clean this all up? Not
yeah. There's
me.
a few drunk people sleeping it off,
Who's going to clean all this up?
but none of that impairs your ability to move through what is a abnormally quiet day in the town.
How's your friend, Leonie?
I have no idea. I didn't see her this morning.
Sleeping, probably.
Probably, or working to clean up all of this mess.
Right. Makes sense. Are we heading to like the richer area?
You are heading to
town?
the wealthy area
Oh, I'm
of the
excited.
guild ward. So you're still not heading into the upper ward. We haven't gone there so far in the campaign, but you're heading to the top end of the guild ward where the wall is like the wall into the castle, basically.
Nice.
You head past the grand library up where you saw the king's speech, and Arvin can effectively, from the recollection of this place he's walked past once or twice, lead you towards a building.
There's probably been some window shopping.
Looking. You find a gorgeous corner building made of the same white stone as the rest of Allegrano. However, unlike most of the buildings in Allegrano, there are sort of deep canvas in violet, which is a very, very, like purple pigments are expensive, but canopies and awnings over the windows. And there's a whole lot of decorative metal filigree that has vines growing on it, but it looks immaculately kept. Like the upkeep on this shop front would be very high. There is a wooden sign hanging from the window that says the name of the store, L'Artigiano della Bestia. And you can see through two large windows at the entrance examples of very strange and odd things.
Just purely out of curiosity, do the items in the front windows, are they sort of like static things? They've always been there, or do they like cycle?
They
what's on
cycle.
display?
Yeah, they do change.
Okay.
So this time you can see some gems, some powders, some there's sort of a what looks like an armature of a man, and there's some kind of you wouldn't describe it as like a cuirass, but it's like a leather, heavy looking, strange material, but it's clearly a torso adornment of some sort. There's some fabric, some cloaks, but there's also bones and the horn. One thing that has been in the window for quite a long time on two prongs sitting horizontally like a sword on a mount is this long twisted silver horn and a little thing underneath it that says unicorn horn.
Is this real? I say, like tapping gently on the glass.
It's all supposedly verified.
Unicorn.
Verified by whom? The king?
Well, not him
Why so
personally,
skeptical all the
but
time?
officials.
No, I'm just asking.
Does any of it have prices on it?
No.
Or yeah.
It's one of those shows.
Must be,
You know, it's really fancy.
Yeah, it must be very expensive.
The big bit of wisdom I've carried my whole life is in those places. If you have to ask how much it is, you can't
can't
afford
You
it.
can't
Yeah.
afford it.
They must be very expensive.
What could people possibly be using all these for?
Arvin?
You don't know?
Well, it could be anything from advanced alchemical things to ornament, like you see here.
I mean, the horn is pretty sharp. Could make a cool sword.
Imagine that.
Sure, I've never considered that one before, but
I feel like you'd have to like twist it in.
Maybe.
well, anyway.
I wonder if they have feathers here.
It's
a question.
trying to compose myself here. This is very big. All right, we're going in.
I can teach you some composure if you'd like.
And this,
Nope.
is this the first time you've ever
Knock
been
on the door.
brave enough to enter?
It's probably more that I'm trying to make a good impression
Yeah.
rather than like actually scared to go across the precipice of the door. All right. I will rap smartly 3 times.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I think you can just push the door. It is a shop.
A couple of you notice a few curious heads turn towards the door from inside the shop, but no one moves.
I forgot myself momentarily. I then interact with the door in the appropriate manner.
So you push the door.
Press X.
If it is a push door, I'm not going to
and
push
there is
on
a
the
little
pull.
ding, 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 as a bell dings as you push in and step into the precipice of this shop.
So don't look at me like that. Like, there's no prices here. I just assume that they have a doorman or something.
Can I get...
Doing
No one's
fabulously.
looking at you. It's okay.
You're looking at me. Bianca, look away.
Can I get you all to make a coordination charisma roll?
Oh boy,
Oh dear.
that's an interesting
Coordination.
combination.
This is basically you, like, in a group, almost, one
Walking
person
in
goes through the door, the other
confidently.
bumbles through behind them, like, all bumbling into the shop.
Watch me.
Great. One person is going to make us look terrible.
Shotgun not.
And that would be almost me. I got one.
Yep.
It's not a critical fail.
Was this just coordination?
2.
Bianca can have advantage.
What'd you? Okay.
Oh wait, what does
You
that
can
mean?
re-roll 2 failures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bianca is,
Okay.
I
Bianca
got
is
one
the only
success.
person who is
3 successes.
not only appropriately dressed, but also has the station to be
Was this just flat coordination?
coordination charisma.
Charisma. Okay.
Not bad.
3.
3. What did you get?
2.
So,
Oh dear.
The
You
odd
jinxed
one.
yourself.
Shiny colors.
Look at all the pretty colors.
There it goes.
Arvin, you step through the threshold and do a very good job of playing off the like, oh, whoops, like I did the door wrong, and you kind of come off okay.
Sufficient knocking. Yes.
You're-
announcing oneself.
Your guild
business.
clothes and your knowledge of alchemy give you enough of an air of like someone who at least knows where they are that you don't attract suspicious looks. And Bianca strides in with a level of comfort and confidence as expected of a cavalier. Leone does a good job of keeping relatively like just scarce, like kind of just blending and going in with the group. Lorenzo, however, is the one that awkwardly comes through as the door is like half shutting, but then doesn't adjust your pace. So you kind of just like the door like goes boom, and then you like smash the door back open after it half closes.
It's really tall as well. Does he, like his forehead hit the bell, the jingle
Sure, why
bell?
not? Your forehead, you hit the bell.
And then, like, after really
Oh,
trying
no.
to steady it and just, everything's normal. And then I, like, lean in to look at some pretty colors. But I've got, like, my sledgehammer strapped to my back and the
Oh,
stick
no.
bit of it, like, pokes something off of a shelf behind me. And I, like, turn around and catch it.
And rapidly,
Just a dream.
a
It's just
store
a dream.
attendant paces sharply across the room towards you. Greetings. Welcome. Are you sure you're all in the right place?
Indeed, we are here to see.
He's like straightening up the thing that you knocked at the same
So
time. as
sorry.
talking.
We are
about
here to
that.
see Mr. Scavaro concerning basically business
And where are you from?
from the All Trades Assembly.
Ah, yes.
We're here at the behest of Miss Doloroso.
Feel free to look around. I will fetch him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to look at everything.
Okay.
I'm going to stand in the middle with my hands behind my back, observing the people.
You want to look at everything.
As much as I possibly can.
Okay. Can I get you to make a knowledge check?
Belly. Oh, intelligence. Hickey.
It's a little crooked today.
You get -1 to that roll.
I do. You're right. I don't know roll again.
All right. No, you're not going to roll again. That's not what we do when we do rolls like that. So you rolled 5 dice, 4 of which were failures.
Oh,
So that's a failure.
No, so that, and then you roll what? So what you would
Roll
typically
one
do
dice.
it would be you would remove a dice, and typically you would remove a good dice. That's
Yeah.
dice etiquette
So
because it's
fail.
your mistake. So yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
Another thing you can do is you can actually roll the odds, but that's complicated.
I'll just take the fail.
So you roll 5 dice.
fine.
You like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and roll a dice to determine which one was the dice you remove, which is a fair way to do it as well.
Okay.
You look and you know nothing. Half of the stuff is written in that older dialect of LUCEVERA that you don't really understand very well. And it's just stuff. There's like pieces of animals. There's strange things in jars of fluid. There's
nothing from my home country here, I'd imagine, right?
It's all relates to literal creatures. So it's mostly
Yeah, okay, interesting.
like, things either from creatures or crafted from creatures.
Makes sense.
Cool. So,
Can I observe the people? See if I recognize any like
looking around,
nobles?
there are in fact 2 store attendants, and there is one man who appears to be browsing, and he is basically dark hair, looks a little bit roguish, you would say, but a little bit on the average size, I guess, for this era, about 5'9". Has a goatee, but very noticeably, there is this like 3-claw scar down his face that makes him quite obvious. And he does have a weapon at his waist too, and like a very nice plush, perhaps velvet red shirt.
What type of weapon?
What type of weapon? He has a rapier,
I like
but he's just browsing.
Lorenzo is curious if they have anything related to writing, drawing, or painting. Are they like quills or pens?
Roll for the shopkeep.
Destiny die.
Yes, there are feathers that can be used in quillery.
Not for hat decoration.
There is also a glass case that contains a quill, but the quill seems to be fashioned out of some kind of bone, the front part of the pen.
Oh, cool.
And then there's a large, it's actually like a black feather, a really big black feather, but it's kind of withered. It looks a bit strange.
Yeah.
I'll come and poke my head over. Is that a feather?
So interesting. I wonder what creature it's from.
Hey, you couldn't really wear that one in a hat. It looks all sad and withered.
Looks like it's from a person. Why would you want that?
Stepping out of
Feathers are a sign of
I
rank.
meant the bone.
Oh.
stepping out of the back room with a whoosh, whoosh. Wait.
Oh, nice. It doubles as a soundboard. What is that
Literally
meant to
sound
be?
Well, you'll have it described to you as a very, very elegantly but sensibly dressed man walks out of the back room.
Oh my god, it's Bob.
Sharpening a rather large knife on a leather sharpening strap.
I see.
He's got an apron on, and he's basically wearing quite sensible clothes like white shirt, brown vest. It's all very utilitarian workwear, but it's not. It's very luxury, like opulent stuff. The leather of the finest quality. He's got gloves on, a very nicely oiled and waxed curled moustache, short trimmed beard, and a little bit of silver in the sides of his hair. He is clearly also has like a bunch of muscularity to him. Like he's kind of lean, but has a workman's build, almost like you can see like a butcher or a farmhand that has a lot of strength in them. And he sort of looks at the group a little bit curiously. You are who they send from the old trades assembly.
And so step forwards. Yes, forgive me for approaching on the day after the King's Festival, but I wanted to come and see you and hear what you had requested of Miss Dolorosa.
Well, I am Scavaro, Fausto Scavaro. What are your names?
I am Arvin Chirurgi.
I'm Bianca D'Aquila, Cavalier to the Crown.
Yes. Well met, Cavalier.
Well met.
Lorenzo del Martello, at your service.
Very good. And he clicks his finger at one of the attendants. You have done a good job of keeping scarce. You can talk while he's doing that. Do you say it like that?
Leone. I'm Leone.
He walks across the room towards you,
Oh dear.
around the group of people, and then he drops one knee, not to the floor. He drops like in a one-kneed, like fairly decently sized bow, and then he says, "My sincerest apologies, my dear. I didn't see you there. Leone, was it?
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you." And by now, the attendant has gone to the door at his gesture, and you hear like the rapping of a bolt being thrown and locking the door from behind.
Oh my god, we're all going to
But
die.
no one has been ushered out of the building. And he then slides his knife into a tool, a waist belt of tools where there's several like knives, blades of different descriptions, hooks, and in like a leather workman's pouch that wraps around the side of his apron. And then he walks over to a large glass table that seems to be filled with all manner of like, gorgeous, opulent objects, strange concoctions, potion bottles, salves and regents. And it's all in this octagonal glass table in the center of the room. But he heads over as if to discuss things over the table with you all. I had heard you had had some success in the south.
That's when we. I don't actually know which direction we traveled in. Yes, there was some issue with a shipment.
Is that the south?
Yeah, it was southeast.
You mean the blue crystal plaguey thingy?
Keep talking.
Let's
He cocks his eye.
Oven do the talking.
I know nothing about it.
Make a deception roll.
With -1 dice.
It's a 3, because it's usually 4. Oh, sorry.
I'm starting to love Leone. Leone's growing on me.
The camera died.
No, I got 2 successes.
Fair enough. So, they seem to want you to do the talking, Arvin Cheruji?
Yes, I suppose I am the representative here. So, certainly.
Is that meant to be an Italian surname?
It's French-ish inspired.
Okay.
Yeah. Arvin's not Italian-ish, he's French-ish.
Just asking.
He looks across at you. Your mistress Della Rosa has the fortune of having a few old friends that she shares confidence with, and confidence around me is typically less confident than people think. So, I've heard things about your guild's recent adventure, thanks to the loose lips of her friends.
Good to know.
Oh, don't tell her. I'd be most disappointed to lose another source of information.
She doesn't seem to tell many people anything. Really.
Well, perhaps not you, Miss Cavalier.
Can't see
No
why
offense.
not.
Well, I'm looking for a group of people who have a combined skill set. You see, I have many contacts who can hunt, but they're not the most scholarly. And the scholarly I know are not the most competent at fieldcraft. I had hoped by word of rumor that your little band, after dealing with some deadly animals, were competent and capable and knowledgeable.
Yes, it sounds like that you might be looking for some people who are equipped for all trades.
Indeed.
That was a good joke.
So,
Thank you, Leon.
do you know what it is that I do?
Butcher animals and take their parts and sell them?
Butcher is a harsh word in.
Is it would it be?
But
Where are
she's
you?
not wrong. I am a renderer of beasts. I am an artisan of the flesh, and I create wondrous things from dangerous creatures.
Like render them unconscious.
He, as you say that, he like turns his head and gestures to us like a strange creature that is kind of got the twisted proportions of like halfway between a lion and a man. Like its head is really twisted and warped and like a little bit between. That's just mounted on the wall, and he's like, more than unconscious.
How ethical is your trade? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm sure the Cavaliers have inspected, or the Royal, there's... Well, they'll make sure it's up to standard.
We are not here to question this man's practice. We are here to learn how he needs help.
I'm really curious.
Are you doing this in reference to the head that he just showed you on the wall?
Yeah.
He walks
I know what
over
that
the
is.
room and looks up at it and then lifts his hand and runs it down the like furred cheek of this thing. And then he turns back to you. It's not in like a sensual way. He's like, it's like a respect. He's like showing a bit of respect. But then he looks back and he says, this beast killed 7.
Oh. And who stopped it?
Me. We perform a service for LUCEVERA, and rather than leave carcasses of majestic beasts to rot, we find a use for them, as many of these rare and elusive creatures have rare and elusive properties. He says, this time making eye contact with Arvin.
If I may ask this one more question, what about the creatures that are less aggressive?
What about them?
Well, do you hunt them for fun? Or for money? Or do they simply die and you take their bits?
If there is a creature that has a use and we hear that one has shown itself, we hunt it.
And that's all you need to know.
And if you're asking what creatures we spare, perhaps.
Well, it just seems
She's
like
really
a bit...
not asking anything anymore, are you, Leon? And I like tread on her foot. Like,
I've never heard Leona so interested in someone's line of work. She means no disrespect, of course. So,
she merely means that your establishment is unique and highly decorated.
Oh, wait. I think I understand the problem. You are Kajetti from the oligarchy. Let me assure you, everyone up and down the chain is paid fairly by the laws of commerce that your people would respect.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Do you know much
Can we
about
stop
Kajet?
asking the questions unrelated to...
Sorry.
He briefly says they're a mercantile sort down south in Kajet. The oligarchy rule by wealth, merchant guilds.
Right.
Maybe you should get to know your friend a little better.
And what were you saying?
Now,
I believe he was going
I
to
wasn't
tell us.
planning on an interrogation, but I'm a patient man.
Sorry.
You are going to tell me your competencies before I divulge the information of a potential job that might just make your guild enough money to keep it open a little while longer.
Well, I am skilled in the fields of alchemy and also doctoring.
That could be good. The horns can gore quite painfully.
I have 2 competencies that depend on what the help you require is. I have the pen, and I put my quill on the table, and I like unlatch and hoist my hammer around and the hammer.
He also neglects to mention the strength to wield, said Hammer.
Make a fitness charisma check.
Flex!
Show off your
Literally.
Can it be a power charisma check?
Without you doing a display of power, I think it's just how good your body yoddy is looking right now. Like how just like toned are you?
What
How
about
sweaty.
resistance?
I'll take resistance as well, yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
I just wanted it to be a more passive trait. 5 successes.
Four,
successes.
Nice.
The little veins popping.
Yeah.
Like Mike dropped the hammer in front of it.
On the glass table.
I usually prefer the pen. But
And I must say, the hammer is an excellent choice. It damages the internals but leaves the taxidermy perfect.
that's not something I've ever needed to consider, but I can understand that you would appreciate it.
Let's just take the compliment, I think.
This is the antithesis of Jen. Not necessarily Leone, but I know Jen in every game I've ever played with her. As soon as there's like magical animals, Jen's like, I want to know everything about the magical animal. This guy's like, I want to kill every magical animal.
Unethical.
What does Leone do?
Oh, do you want to know about me?
He asked all of you.
Well, I don't need to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty smart. So when it comes to things breaking down or not working, I can be good in a pinch. Also, I have a big arbalest that I like to shoot at things, and they're fun.
It's fun.
Quite terrifying.
How ethical is removing all these animals? Also, I pinned a man 10 feet up on a tree.
It was very efficient.
It is good to have the use of. Be hard to use in a hunt, but the power could be useful against a chimera. We'll see how you.
A what?
Never mind. We'll see how you function on this job, but I
Consider
doubt your
specific.
arbalest will be appropriate for it.
Oh,
Tell us the details of this job.
And you?
I'm a cavalier, trained in the blade.
Ah, yes, but are you one of the cavaliers who are there because they're in the arms of a noble, or are you a cavalier who's there by merit?
I'm a cavalier who earned my way up because it's what I'm passionate about, protecting the people. Thank you.
So at least you think it's because of merit.
Well, my friends can vouch that I'm very good on a battlefield.
Is it true?
She usually comes back the cleanest.
Efficient.
I remember getting very hurt last time we were asking.
You guys still are like bandaged and stitched
Yeah.
from that. Like, you've healed the damage, but like humans don't physically heal from that so quickly.
Ow.
She is killed enough. She may be the reason that we are still standing as we are.
We're a good team.
You only killed your first thing recently, right? This is out of character.
She hasn't killed anything.
No, I haven't killed anything.
Ever.
Didn't we kill the...
Yet.
Oh, no, we didn't. Okay. No, never mind. Ignore me.
Fraud.
It's not all about killing. So, I have a job. I have heard rumor from a town not far to the northeast, very close to Algrano, from the town of Casinara, that there have been sightings nearby of a rare creature. Well, a pack of them. They don't usually stray this close to the capital, so I do not know why they're there. However, it is the king's coronation celebration. Well, yesterday. But I have neglected to get him a gift.
Travesty.
So I would like to bring him a gift.
So you're hiring us?
Yes.
Why?
Tell us of this creature.
The creature is intelligent, but I also require it unharmed.
What?
Well,
So you wish for it captured alive?
It is
or-
for the king's menagerie.
Menagerie.
Of
so
course.
no hurting an animal, which I think is
Sure, that sounds fine, but how do you expect us, who have never done this sort of thing before?
So sedated would be acceptable?
If you can. I, unfortunately, with this mission, am inappropriate for the task. So I'm looking to outside help, which, of course, I have mercenaries and hunters I work with. But this close to the city, no, there's no beasts here. It would take them a week at least to travel from their lodges. and then I may miss the opportunity, so I'm seeking local help.
Tell us of the creature.
So, the problem, the reason I cannot get it is the creature has an annoying habit of being able to detect your intentions. And they do not go quietly. It is a small, well, I say small, it is a rather large hound. Similar to a regular dog, but bestowed with a painfully sharp appendage upon the head. They've often been prized as a symbol of royal lineage and nobility.
Would I know if the king has one of these already?
You don't believe the king has one alive, but you know that in portraits and things, they're often depicted with royalty. But
so
they're
I'm familiar with
rare
them.
creatures.
Yeah.
So, hold on. If it can tell your intentions, why would you just not be nice to it?
If it's fake niceties.
But no, genuinely, why would you not just be nice? What if you ask it, hey, do you want to go live in the big palace and be all sparkly and pretty?
Excellent idea. You can all leave. I'll do it myself.
I don't know what this thing is. Do you need to give us more
She's young.
information?
She's trying.
I think we could help you.
And maybe the king will find out that we helped. If we succeed.
I'm
which
certain
we
the
should.
credit will be going to, well,
It's my
Lord
present.
Fausto. But
Of course.
Sorry.
Well, we'll know.
I feel that monetary credit will be more than sufficient.
of
Thank
course.
It is, of course, paid work. Now,
Used to this.
it will be dangerous. They are fiercely defensive, and if it is in a pack, they will likely fight you, and you will have to subdue one. Or more. I will pay more for more if you get them all. No need for them to run around in the wild, waiting for a hunter to find them, when they could all be safely living comfortably in the palace with the king.
How much?
How much? Well, that will be something I agree with, Dolorosa, but you can be assured it will be worth more than your monthly sums. Each.
A year. You pay for the All Trades Assembly to continue as we are for 1 year, and you will have your dogs.
He looks at you. I'm going to get you to roll a charm check.
Oh dear.
One success. He looks at you, and there is an almost endearing expression of like patient, like, I understand your situation is dire, and I admire you for trying to stake out a better claim for your companions. But that kind of money for this is preposterous. You'll be paid per animal 200 silver.
Do I get paid as a cavalier?
We haven't talked about that.
I feel like I'm chilling.
You probably do.
Yeah.
This sounds reasonable.
Now, as I said, it is dangerous. But I will honor that price. So if any of you die, the rest will be split amongst you, obviously. It's not per person or anything.
I hope you don't often lose people on the job.
Very often.
I don't see how that's good practice, but you know what? We're here. It's a deal, right?
Yes, Cavalier. When a basilisk with fangs the length of your arm pierces straight through your plate, you'll be wondering less about the pragmatism of workplace safety. Yes.
Just one question.
Make it your last.
Do you have more? Do you have more information on this beast? Beast group.
By happenstance, there is a contact in the town that knows quite a bit about the beasts. He's a strange fellow, but I do deal with him from time to time. He's from the kingdom of Norstark.
is he? Interesting.
What's his name?
I believe it is Harvarder.
Ah.
Great. We would love his contact details and to be in touch.
Excellent. Well, my understanding he's
Dad
investigating.
mode, Lorenzo.
Let's go start touching everything.
My understanding is that he is in Casanara investigating strange occurrences. But he has spent a lifetime traveling the wilds of LUCEVERA, and he has seen many creatures and the kind of noble beasts that you are seeking. He is acquainted with, at least.
Very well. Do you have a time frame for this job?
Well, given that they are like hounds and they track and prowl and do not have little cute doggy houses, I imagine that the longer you wait, the less likely it is that you ever find them. And of course, there's no pay unless they return, so if you want to spend a week expeditioning and returning empty-handed, the cost is on you.
Very well. We will set about it post-haste. So look around for like confirmation that everyone is cool with that.
Yeah.
Right now.
No,
No.
we will go back. We will make
As
a plan.
soon as possible.
We will organize.
Okay.
Thank you for this opportunity, my lord.
This could be the start of a working relationship. If I know there's a company of artisan hunters, I may have more work. And you never know, an alchemist by the looks of you, Arvin. That correct?
Correct.
Well, I know you would definitely love to be working in circles where you might one day be able to afford some of my wares.
I could not possibly deny such accusations.
Well,
Very well.
that is all.
Thank you, sir.
I will dispatch a runner later this afternoon with more details.
Thank you.
I have work to do, and the shop's been closed for too long.
Thank you. We will be on our way.
You were itching for one more question.
He's fine.
Well, you can ask
Yeah,
it,
go for
but
it.
he's sort of like getting ready to walk
Nah,
away.
the runner might have the information I require.
I'm
It's
afraid
fine.
for turfing the quest.
Before, like, as everyone's leaving, I sort of quickly scamper back and, excuse me, if you don't mind, one last simple question, unrelated. These feathers and this quill, it seems you have a contact or work with a quillery?
Everything in here, me and my artisans make ourselves.
Really, you
Artisan, not just a renderer of meat and butcher, as your friend suggests. Yes. What would you like to know?
I just wondered if that service could be offered to a customer.
We want money.
Yes. Of course. If there was interest to me, if there was a reason, do you have something in particular that would attract my attention beyond a mundane owl feather or something?
Did you look at mine?
I like
like sort of like
eyes shift back at the group, but I like surreptitiously pull out my notebook and open it up to the page.
Do you show him?
Yeah.
Do we all see it?
No.
No, he's doing it very
Facing
discreetly.
away from everyone.
He raises an eyebrow. I have never seen a feather of the like before. What is it from?
I cannot tell you, but I can say it is of great sentimental value. I just wondered if there is someone you could put me in touch with who could turn it into an instrument that I could use for my work.
If you'd like it to be turned into a quill, there are many merchants and buildings. Try the Merciologist Guild. I'm sure they have someone. If you'd like it to be turned into a masterwork, well, complete this quest for me, and perhaps your payment can start to go towards something of that nature. My work isn't cheap. And
Great.
you were standing near the glass thing. He says, you know that most of the items here. He sees there's an innocent curiosity in you that he's almost like playing with a little bit. He leans in and he says, you do understand that the things I work with have special properties.
I see.
And he gestures to the strange black pen and bone. This one has been in my store for 7 years. No one wants to buy it. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it has an ink that never runs dry. But the first words that come out every time you write is the exact manner in which you will die.
Do we all hear this?
I assume this conversation
This is a very, you're like on the other side of the building. You
Yeah.
guys kind of got like
Okay,
ushered to
okay.
the door.
I scampered away from
Yeah.
everyone.
He's like run up
Yeah.
and he's quietly saying it at the door.
I see. Well,
Make
thank
an
you.
intuition check, by the way.
Okay.
Charms level is very high.
I got 1.
Okay, cool.
That is fascinating and terrifying.
So quick.
But thank you for enlightening me.
Would you like to test it out?
Perhaps another time. I believe we are running late. But I bid you farewell.
Good morning. He nods.
Yeah.
And you leave. You run up to the group looking.
Books tucked away. Just, okay, let's go back.
Didn't bump into anything again, did you?
No.
Good, let's go.
And you walk out, and there is the click clack of the door shutting behind you. And then rapidly afterwards, the click clack of the door shutting behind you again.
Okay, immediately. New rules. Next time we have a high-paying client, we don't interrogate them over their entire life and cause them to question giving us the quest, please.
What? I was mainly asking questions about the actual thing that they want us to do.
I said,
I can't really vote after
you
asking
do the
questions.
talking. The implication is everyone else does not talk so much.
That is my heart.
I appreciate your curiosity in most situations, but this is a rare opportunity for the guild.
But don't you find it weird? Why? Why us?
I find so much about him weird.
Oh,
So you
okay.
mean-
So much, but
Oh.
the money does not come from normal people.
And also, what do you mean, why us? Why not us?
I'm sorry.
This is for the king.
Have you captured the beast recently? Please tell me. How do you
but
do
we're
it?
capable, right?
Do you always
you-
have such loud conversations about private matters in public spaces?
Who is it?
And you all snap your heads and you see the strange man with the 3 scar down his face and the red velvet shirt who followed you out of the building. I did signpost that someone followed you out of the building, but anyway.
I just thought
It was a mistake. That's so funny.
No.
I'm not going to pull you up on that.
No, cool.
Well, I mean, it depends if you're listening to private conversations.
We're just done here. Let's go back.
Everyone was in the shop.
Hold on. I just thought I'd mention to you all that.
Sorry, who are you?
Garrett's my name.
Garrett.
Just Garrett.
Just Garrett.
And I just
like it,
wanted
no
to let
nonsense.
you all know, everyone, that you're little inexperienced for this line of work, don't you think?
Dude,
So
How would you know?
no judgment, no. Oh, Cavalier of the Crown. Oh my goodness, you're as green as a frog.
I'll just point my feather.
Yeah,
I've got a big feather.
Incredulously. And my badge.
I've seen cavaliers with your attitude go into battle, and I've seen them carried out of it.
Well, I've been in battle and
What'd you say
I
his name
walked
was, sorry?
out.
Garrett.
Just Garrett.
Look, it's fine. I didn't mention the most obvious thing about this character is that he's wearing a tricorn hat.
Oh.
So he's really giving like a rogue.
pirate.
Yeah, he's really giving like not like a pirate, but not. He's not like I'm a pirate. Like he's just in that kind of a. He's very
I do like
He's giving
your
rogue,
blade.
like very giving rogue.
All his buckles are marked
Like
with
a
squash.
D&D rogue. like
okay,
he's
yeah,
like a rogue.
okay,
He's got the
okay.
roguish
Rogue.
charm. He's given the little smile.
I just wanted to clarify.
And he's like, look, All I'm saying is if you would like to split your bounty 5 ways, wouldn't hurt to have a more experienced hunter amongst you.
That's a great idea. Let's bring this stranger on board and share our profit with him.
Or you could...
I've never heard him be sarcastic before. He's really mad.
Well, there's always the other option. You could make more money by going back with just the 2 of you.
You do not have very much faith.
No. Because I, and he taps his face, is like, know what this business actually is all about. I wasn't allowed to stay in the room because I'm a nobody, I work for the Lord all the time.
Which Lord?
Oh, strange.
The Lord
that,
you were just in the room of Fausto.
Oh, he's Lord
Then why
Fausto.
didn't he hire you?
Why didn't he hire me?
Yeah.
Because he needs, what did he say, academia, some smarts as well. I'm more of a rough and tumble kind of guy. And alone, it's hard to round up a bunch of dogs.
This all sounds so fishy to me. I just don't get it.
Well, wouldn't your Lord know who the right people for the job is, and he picked us?
And I'm offering to help you, lend my expertise, and, of course, prevent you from dying.
And you are implying expertise at, in quotation, rounding up dogs.
Well, yes, if that's what it takes. Look, let me just say I'm very well acquainted to all kinds of violent encounters with strange animals.
How much were we getting? 200 gold? Yeah, sorry, silver each. If we got one.
No, 200 silver per animal. Split 4 ways is 50 each. Split 5 ways is 40 each.
5% to him.
Is his actual reaction.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. You don't want the job, then no worries. All good.
Okay. Would anyone other than the cleaner like to negotiate?
What?
I've seen it do more than just clean.
Okay, that's wonderful. Offer's not going to be on the table forever.
You can take half of mine.
Or I can take equal split. Why are you trying to negotiate strange
I don't know
behavior?
who you are.
It was
Bianca,
given to us.
what are you doing?
What? I don't need the money.
No, but you know who does? The guild.
Yeah, so we get him
So
for
let's give it to a
cheaper
stranger.
So we don't die.
He can help us for the low price of a fifth of our fee.
It was
We met him
25 if we
20
took
seconds
half
ago.
of mine.
I am sorry, sir, but we don't know you. And perhaps one day we will. But for now, we don't. And we were called into this meeting. And you weren't. And if he thought you would be of help to us, you probably would have been invited. But thank you for the offer.
Wow.
That was pretty good.
Arvin's just sort of staring into this whole back and forth for a bit. So not saying anything because
I, was just
I think
saying,
enough is being said.
If he does anything, I'll
know.
just arrest him.
Listen, and I pull Bianca to the side, and I'm like, I know you're just here for a little time, and you will go on your way after you file your report. But some of us fight for survival, and opportunities like this do not come about often. Neither do paychecks like this. I know you don't need the money. You never will. But this may be all the chance we have to stay open those few days extra that we need to bring some of our visions to life. This stranger hunts for himself.
If you're fighting for survival, though, don't you want to ensure your survival?
We have survived so far without the help of strangers.
I've seen Arvin and
Have
Leone
you
come
seen
back
this
in tatters.
Garrett?
Can I suss him out?
He has a cool sword
Make an
and
intuition roll.
scar. It's got to mean something.
I sort of want to.
And I'll probably approach him while those two are talking.
Okay. I'll just
I feel like Lorenzo will have seen
Doesn't
characters
know.
take advantage of people on when
Sure.
he's spent his time on the streets
But
and stuff.
you also have no context to say that he is doing that any more than Lord Fausto is doing that of you.
yeah.
But I'm not saying you should trust it.
Well,
He's
Lord-
way more sus looking.
Lord-
He's a million times
The difference
susser.
is, Lord Fausto has the backing of
Yeah, and this is just a guy.
Delarosa.
Screw this guy. He's just a guy. What did you roll?
I only got one success out of
Okay.
3. But I have another question. With my street rattiness, have I heard of this guy before? If he's a roguelike character. Does the name sound familiar?
Didn't Straight Rat give you survival check
It does,
bonuses?
but I mean, like, as someone that's on, like, is there any chance I would have heard his name before?
Not
Okay,
really.
cool.
He's
Yeah.
not that what? Which Fausto or
No, this guy.
Garrett? No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Garrett.
not familiar with Garrett.
While those two are talking and she's staring,
By the way, he seems capable. He seems quite capable.
Yeah, cool.
Can I roll intuition to sort of see if I sense any motives?
Sure, but we'll let this conversation happen first because you were busy talking.
There you go.
so you are just looking to help some people who, might be in over their heads and totally not looking to take advantage of some bookwise people. As you say, you, Sophie, are rough and tumble.
No, I saw a bunch of people who seemed woefully ill-equipped for the job, and I thought, what an easy way to make some money. I'll help you out. You don't die. I have a job that only takes me 2 days and keeps me near the beautiful port of Alegrano rather than having to traipse up and down the country. And I have enough piss money for me to stay in the city for a couple of weeks having fun. Win-win.
Absolutely. It sounds like a wonderful offer. However, traveling with new people isn't really our style. Although, what would you say to my entire share for knowledge on the matter? It's more than you were requesting. You
He
see,
seems taken aback by that.
yeah, well, I was thinking, you see, I'm not so interested in gaining money myself as actually securing a win for my guild.
His cogs are turning in his head. He stops himself. I am overcome. I'm honestly overcome with a very strange emotion. I feel... He wrinkles his face in disgust. Strong sense of empathy towards you.
Oh, wow, that must be so difficult. For you.
It's something about your disgusting naivety and your complete inexperience in the world of literally hunting dangerous monsters that makes me... Don't offer people that. Just don't.
What did
You have no frame of reference. I could have lied to you and told you whatever I wanted, taken your money.
That's exactly my point.
No, we're talking.
To give him his pay.
No, that's the point. We can't succeed and get paid.
Without
Unless-
the man we just met. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Yes, we
I don't
agree.
think we're part of this conversation.
You're not part of this
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah. I know. I've been holding it.
So if you give me this information on how to catch such creatures we are incapable of doing
The honest
ourselves.
truth is I don't know. I don't know.
You called
You
him
don't
on his
know.
bluff.
No, there was no bluff. He asked me for information. I don't have it. I am a journeyman. I am a survivalist. I'm a fighter. I'm a hunter.
You're a work it out on the job.
No,
So
we'll work
fine.
it out when the man's dossier arrives. But the point is, I don't have mystical information on these creatures. I've never encountered them. However, I am very good at not dying and fighting things that are good at killing you. So that is the service I offer, the service of my blade. And he taps his rapier, and then he says, and the service of my other blade. And he taps under his jacket, my other blade. And all the other blades, all of them, they're yours for a very low price, lower than my usual rate, actually.
That does sound brilliant. However, we want to specifically not injure anything here.
Oh, my goodness.
So please explain to
Good-
me how
good
your
luck,
blade
then.
will be any help.
Hold on. I mean, if he's already offering you his pay anyway, why don't you just come along?
Because you apparently don't want me. It's fine. I understand. It's fine. I will go. Good luck. And this time you now both mix into the conversation as he's saying, I'll go. Good luck. It was nice to meet you. If I do follow you along about an hour behind you, you see someone behind you, don't be surprised. I might just be waiting to pick all the nice stuff off your corpses.
I could have you arrested for that statement. But I'm feeling generous, so.
Yes, of course you are, Cavalier.
Yes, well, until next time, I suppose.
Well, if your mind is made up, good luck. I hope you all survive.
Thank you for your well wishes. Let us go back to the guild.
See you around, he says, and flicks his tricorn hat as he goes to walk off.
Look, I wasn't going to say no to help, but he's a nuisance.
You all sounded very strong on the point of no help.
No, well, I
You're
was
right
just
about the
thinking how to
he
keep
offers
you guys
blades.
alive long enough to get your money. That's all.
Approaching these things with more weapons is not what we need.
Fair enough.
If he was meant to help us, if he was truly meant to be useful, then he would have been invited to the meeting. Let's go back.
Can I get a reaction check from Arvin?
Oh dear.
What?
Okay.
Pickpocketed.
Ooh.
Cool.
We head back to the guild. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wait for the runner to come.
Get about a minute down the road before Arvin taps side, looks down, and your pouch, like your alchemist weapon pouch, your alchemist tools, is just not on your hip.
Cool. Love that.
What does that mean?
He doesn't have a weapon currently.
Is he going to tell us?
So it's basically
I
his...
don't think I'll be very quiet about it, to be completely honest.
Did what?
Yeah, I'm going to sort of start,
What have you lost?
well, everything.
What?
And you guys look down and the like satchel bag that he usually has in his
like
waist.
the one thing I carry.
In
like,
fact,
my bag.
there's just a shoulder strap and then nothing.
When's
There's like a frayed little bit of shoulder strap at the bottom.
Bastard. I'm going to show him what the law looks like. Let's go back.
I'm sure he was only doing this because he was upset that he couldn't join us. He would have been much more honest and forthright if he was with
that's
us.
the reason. I'm sure he's very upset. I'm sure that's
We
the
have
why
to
he
go back
stole.
and get your stuff.
Go back to where?
Listen,
Back to the
port?
shop.
Oven-
The shop will know
oven.
who he is.
Oven, do you have your materials at the guild?
What, like,
The same
just
like
raw
ingredients.
resources?
No, he doesn't have the same item of equipment.
So we need that bag.
What can I do as a cavalier to arrest someone?
You can go up and demand their arrest and pull out a sword and call guards.
like, hell
Basically, you are the police, so you can apprehend them in whatever manner you would see fit.
Okay. Let's go.
What direction did he walk
To
off?
where?
To back to the shop
I agree.
to interrogate.
Quickly. We
To
are
look?
only a minute
Yeah,
away.
let's
You're a minute
go.
away.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
To
go. I'm walking
interrogate
back.
our client?
I'm walking back.
Okay.
Do we
do
know?
what?
Do I know the
Interrogate the
streets
witnesses.
enough to like?
We were with the
circle
witnesses.
around to try and meet at both ends.
Bianca, I don't
The
understand.
odds
Who are
of
you
you
talking
knowing the
to?
streets better than this person are like a 0. You can attempt it though.
I turn to Leone. Do I know enough about her street ratness to know?
Probably
Did
not.
find us the spot in the festival.
Which direction did he walk off?
Were you paying attention?
Roll.
I
Make
think
a
Probably
Were we
Port
all
Wood.
watching him go?
make
Or
a
giving him a stare down?
Maybe.
reaction.
yeah. Let's go reaction.
Okay.
2. 2.
Oh.
Yeah, you vaguely know the street he went down. A major thoroughfare.
Leone, you were good at navigating the city when we were looking at the festival. Is there a way, we're all walking in that direction, but as Bianca and Arvin are sort of like heading up the front, I'm like, is there a way that we could
Dragging
go?
you.
Did you see where he went?
Yeah, I mean, he went that way. I shout over to you guys. Say, you guys go ahead. We'll see if we can find him on foot.
We try and meet him and cut him off.
Yes.
Okay.
And we
Okay, don't let him
start
get away.
running towards the direction.
And I
that he went.
follow
Okay.
Police road.
Leone.
Make a survival check to try and find him.
Urban areas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Even though you get a negative.
Yeah.
Damn, the hangover.
Can I have help?
You get advantage, don't you?
Can I assist? I don't know how helpful I am.
Because
we're
advantage
not
lets
there
you
yet.
re-roll. Yeah, I know.
I'm going to say probably not
Okay,
in
that's
this
fine.
instance because you're running off in
Okay,
different
so
directions, right?
it's-
I'm running with
No,
Leone-
we're running
with
together.
Leone. Yeah.
What have you got in survival
Me?
wisdom?
Because I have minus
Survival,
one.
I've got 4 total.
Okay,
Whoa.
you can get an extra dice. So you're helping.
Let's go, baby. Okay.
Oh,
but I have
that's
advantage.
awful.
And you can reroll 2 of them.
Two.
Great.
Okay. So 0 successes.
That was one.
One
She got
success.
one.
You run around. 5 minutes passes.
I'm sorry.
We're going to go to the shop and see
Okay.
if there's any sign of the man.
Door opens as you walk
the
into the
shop.
shop.
No, he's not going to be here.
I want to look if he is here.
Let's not show off to our client that we've already lost.
You walk into the store,
For goodness sake.
and there is a client in there that wasn't in there before. You also see Garrett standing and leaning over a counter, twiddling with something.
I'm going to march right up to him
Okay.
and hold out my hand and say, "Give it back."
I don't know what you're talking about. Give what back?
You're the only person we spoke to. Give it back.
You.
And then I'll point at Arvin and the frayed leather thing and say, This is what I'm talking about. Give it back."
Oh.
Ivan sort of like you draw attention to Ivan. He's sort of standing there like,
Yes. Lord Scavaro. The Lord pokes his head out of his office and he says, I think this is the lad that you were speaking to before that lost his bag on the way out. Yeah, I found it outside. I've just dropped it in. It's behind the counter for you.
that's exceptionally kind of you. I can't imagine how both of my straps broke independently.
Why would it be sawn through like with a knife?
I don't know.
Mr. Man of many blades.
I don't know. Are you accusing the Lord of using his many blades to cut this? This is very
Absolutely
uncouth behavior
not.
for a cavalier.
Garrett,
Maybe you should just take it and head on.
Is
What's
the
that?
Lord here?
Yeah, he's looking.
I'm going to tell the Lord. You should be careful with the people you work with, lest your things go missing. And I'll try and take the thing back, give it to Arvin.
And the Lord says, you should be
Blessed
more...
are those who...
No,
Sorry.
he says, maybe you should be more careful with belongings that are precious to you. Hopefully you'll fare better on your journey.
We are not making a good
So-
impression.
Not happy. And I'll give you the thing, and then I'll just kind of
Yeah,
push
very
you
would-
towards
Both
the
of you
door.
make intuition checks.
Thank you.
Seedy underbelly. That was terrible.
You storm out in a huff,
I
do.
just indignant.
One.
One success. You both don't pick up on it, but
Yeah,
there is a
push
moment.
around.
There's a little nod between the Lord and Garrett that you don't pick up on as you head
I
out.
call shenanigans on this whole thing. Just FYI.
Yeah, I'm pushing Arvin out of there, trying to get out of there as soon as possible.
As you get
In a
out,
huff.
you sort of see us having come around the other side of the building, like puffing. I'm like holding my hammer, like, did you see him?
Yes, sitting in there,
Yes.
all smug.
What? You have your back.
Let's just go.
I have my bag, and I fear the damage is done. Let us go.
Not Lorenzo smash. That's
Do you have everything?
I'm sure it's all there. I mean, like,
Okay,
I
hold
open it
it
and check it.
tight.
This whole thing gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, they do say stuff about strangers. I guess we all learnt a lesson today.
I
Let's go back to the
certainly
guild.
hope we did.
I'm not
Have you-
arguing with you.
You arrive back at the guild, and a few hours later, a runner arrives. And he hands a note to Arvin. And he knocks. He seeks out Arvin and hands a note.
Okay.
And you
It's
open.
probably actually a weird occurrence, but
Yes.
all right.
And it is from Le
Bastio?
Le Artigiano della Bestia. And it has like the stamp and the letterhead. And you open it, there's a big, there's a piece of parchment in there that's got writing on it, defining and describing some of the details. But at the top, there is an interesting paragraph. It says, Dear Arvin Chirurgi, unfortunately, due to the unseemly conduct of your companion earlier today, upsetting the business of my customers and overly flaunting the king's generous authority,
It wasn't you.
I have decided that I will not be allowing a Cavalier of the Crown on this quest.
Capable bodies down indeed.
So, I do not want any more of that indignant meddling in my affairs, and thus you will be expected to conduct the mission without her. Rest assured, of course, that means the split will be larger for the three of you. Should you wish to go it alone, rather than take on capable companions. Of course, you all know that there's a capable companion that you might be about to meet.
Mm-hmm.
It then goes on to detail some specifics about the hunt, but I think to keep it all fresh in our heads, we will start next episode with the hunt, and I'll deliver it to you.
Do
then.
it.
Before we end, Lorenzo wants to sort of just bring up a bit of an out there idea that might be completely rejected and a terrible idea, but
Keith.
look, I know that you have met this Havard person that we can trust, so at least even if we lose Bianca.
You know him.
Wait.
So, you know him.
Oh, okay.
Do we all know the contents of the letter?
You know of him.
I think,
yeah,
I
do
think
you?
we'll have.
Do you tell them all?
I'm holding back a reaction here.
Lorenzo burst through the door while I'm reading to announce this concept, or
Do you go and tell everyone?
yeah, sure.
Okay. Then at that stage,
So we're discussing how
Bianca
to
is
proceed.
in a huff.
Yeah, I
she
imagine.
is like
Did you ever stop?
unresponsive.
Trust me, we are all as upset as you are. You're one of the most capable people we've traveled with.
Yes.
But we do know that Havard is at the other end, so at least he will be of help. A thought occurred to me that I am almost feeling too guilty for even having, but he spoke about these creatures, these hound creatures with the horns, being attracted to intent. And I guess the context was repelled by intent. Being hunted makes hunters like him unable to deal with the creatures. What if we don't go planning to hunt, but to interact, to meet at least those that will draw them out? This is where my thought comes in. I would love to draw them, so I know that could be my only intent. I could leave my hammer behind, but what if we brought little Ilio? Told him of these
That's
creatures.
a terrible idea.
I'm sorry, what?
These are so dangerous. Also, I won't be there to look after him and to look over him when you all get injured.
I love how Hermione you are. These are so dangerous. I just pictured Hermione and it made me happy.
Yeah. That's
Well,
very good.
no, not to put him in harm's way, because we're not going to harm the creatures.
But they're still wild. They could still hurt you.
I will be beside him and protect him to the very end.
Okay, you go talk to Libero and see how that does for you.
Well,
Meanwhile,
It is true.
I'm going to write a report on these guys because
Whether or not
terrible.
any of us have an opinion, he will not be going anywhere without his guardian's consent.
no, of course, I would never dream of it. But it's and again, foolish, and I feel silly for even saying it. But if these creatures are only vicious against the intent of viciousness, what if we bring the intent of innocence and hope and interest?
you are right now just changing your intentions and trying to adjust them. If they really
No,
can
my-
sense your intent,
My
they'll know.
intention would never. I would not have agreed to do this if it would be to harm creatures, innocent creatures.
I will
But
also-
it is
Okay.
because it is. I mean, I would
Do you
think
intend
they
to
would.
capture them?
That's the question. They'll know if you're
Yeah,
intending to
I-
capture them.
So that's worth considering. Is it's not just. I love what you're doing, by the way. I don't. I completely get where you're coming from, but I do just want to throw that into the mix.
Yeah.
That you would still have the intent of capturing them and taking them away, which to an animal may be also a very spooky intent. So you, no matter how you go, if the intent is to complete the mission, there will be some level of
I will
capturing.
forego my share. I have no intent to capture. I will leave my armor behind, and I will only bring my drawing book.
Isn't the whole reason you want to do this mission so you can all get money?
I want to
Just
help.
go to befriend the creature then. Try that.
Listen to me when I say, if all of this comes to nothing, we fail, the guild closes, out of my control, there is something truly precious to me that I would not give up for the world, which is the experience that I capture. And I open up the book to the phoenix flying in the sky, whose wings almost shimmer with the color that I've added after the fact. This is why I live and breathe. I would be honored just to see and draw it and be content if that is all I go to do. Whatever you do is up to you, but I will
I'll
not
sit here
be
and write
joining you
reports.
in your mission.
That's so pointless. Ew. Oh, how do you make money off that? Oh, brother.
I think you're welcome to try, but I don't think you should take Elio. If your intentions are true, you don't need him.
It was just a thought.
It is a fine thought, but I feel that we have our happy, benign intent already.
I am touched.
Besides, I'll need company back here. It'd be boring.
Oh,
can't-
I'm going.
I just had this image of you rocking up without your hammer, and because you haven't played with Harvard, and then Harvard is just like across the thing. No.
I guess we'll
Find out next week. We'll find out next week when Dragon is here. Yay!
Yay!
And
Al is not.
unfortunately, we'll be missing you for a week.
Yeah, don't get into too much crazy shenanigans.
Oh, you know bloody well we will.
Bianca will be back.
You'll receive a text. Well, you sacrificed Elio, sorry.
Yes, we took Ilio and he was gored by a doggercorn, and he was disemboweled in front of us.
Will become the BBEG, and that is okay.
I don't think
Have
I
you
could
ever
do
seen
that.
a street kebab?
Does it immediately read as like sacrificing another person? That's
No.
certainly not where
I just
Larry's
know what I
coming from.
picture. I just
Yeah.
immediately
I
picture
know it's
Ilio
immediately
running
like-
up and this thing just spearing him through the gut and
I
killing
think
him.
everything comes down to like
Doggy!
the base mentality of those.
Worst dog
Lorenzo's
ever.
thought was, this is what he's been told about these creatures from these people, and if Ilio came, he'd learn about them more from her
What if
father.
I told you
What?
that a dog with a unicorn horn might be more dangerous if it wants to give you a lick than if it wants to attack you? Just like jumps up on your neck.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Ever been nuzzled by a cow? Imagine one with a chainsaw on the head.
All right.
All right.
Thank you everyone for watching. And thank you, whoa.
patrons.
Yeah, that's right, Al. Thank you, patrons.
Look at them go!
Thank that one in particular, please.
That one.
Wait, what's their name?
And that one.
What's their name?
And that one.
What's their name?
Not this one.
What's their
And
name?
that one.
Blinded, I couldn't possibly read the notes.
That's funny
No,
you read
you're a
Tingle
bit
Duck.
late.
Tingle Duck already went
Late,
past.
yeah.
I actually was just reading.
Look, there's a
That's
string.
I was reading
my reaction
Irunia.
delay.
There's a string
Yeah.
delay.
Okay. Thanks everyone for watching.
Bye.
Bye.